Now, let me show you the rest of the story. Because the biggest question that people ask is how in the world can they do 1%? There's got to be something to this because that seems like a lot to be able to be done. So let me share with you guys a little bit of the background of how this thing started, and then I'll show and answer that question. So the Lance Serto Group, this is their corporate office. We went there. Karen and I actually went to Korea, met with the two Brazilians. We had a hard time communicating there, so we asked if we could come to Brazil. And 3 weeks ago, we went and met with Anderson Salgado and Thiago Assia. We met them. We met their families. We saw the operation. We vetted this out and really understood it a lot better than we did prior. And I'm more excited now than I ever was before because they answered all my questions and then some as we went and learned this. Anderson Salgado is the owner of this business. He has several different businesses, including a sports bar. He has gas stations. He has a convenience store network, a beverage distribution company, but his real claim to fame is that he's been a sports trader for the last 7 years. People pay him anywhere from $50 to $100 a month for business intelligence on their phone delivered to them through Telegram in a trading bot. Now, much like alerts could be sent to somebody for a Forex tip, or maybe you subscribe to a newsletter in financial services and somebody gives you the hot tip of the day or whatever it is to your phone. Imagine being able to do that, but having it be done with soccer. And you get alerted that a soccer game is coming up, and here's what he's recommending. And this is one of the world's greatest minds in soccer. He's taken all of this information, automated it, and put it into software and computer bots and other things for all of us to be able to glean and to benefit from. The most amazing part is you can actually pay to attend a millionaire mansion weekend in a trader mansion in Brazil, where you pay him $10,000 and go, and he will teach you the finer workings of how this system works and how you get a hold of his tools. And he's created over 100 millionaires in Brazil as a result of his trading weekends. So guys, this guy is brilliant. He is really smart when it comes to intelligence around soccer, has zero network marketing experience. He has a partner named Thiago that does have the network marketing experience, but I'm really excited because he's just pure into soccer. And let's just talk a little bit of soccer or football as you may know it. It's a $300 billion per year marketplace. Football is the biggest single sport in the world. Every team, every community has a team, every country has a team, and they all compete in the World Cup. And the next World Cup, by the way, is coming to North America. Super stoked for any of us that are here in the US or Canada or Mexico. It's coming, guys. 2026 is going to be massive. And the wave of soccer is just getting bigger, bigger, and bigger here as the football network goes out all around the world. And here in the US, it's getting really hot. Here's the other thing. The betting house market, not that we're going to get involved in this space necessarily as betting, but I just want you to be aware of this space because this company does operate inside of this space. It's a $100 billion marketplace and growing at 18% compound annual growth rate. That means that by 2030, this will be a $500 billion business. Now, that is the trend that gets people's attention. That's faster growing than cryptocurrency right now. That's faster growing than any other financial segment on the planet. And it's actually a case study that I started leaning into. So how many of you watched the Super Bowl? If you watched the Super Bowl, you probably saw Kevin Hart, and you probably saw him promoting that you could get a $100 account spiff by inviting your friend to attend DraftKings and download the app. Well, guys, I thought you could only do that kind of thing in Vegas. I thought you had to be in a city where they allowed gambling to occur. What I did after researching this a little bit further is I found 13 states in the United States allow mobile gambling from your phone. Now, if they're putting on national televised commercials during the Super Bowl, and I'm in Washington and I can't download the app, but my son is in Oregon 5 miles away and he can, that seems a little bit interesting. It's kind of like the old CBD that you could only get in one state, not the other. It's starting to change and it's starting to make its way all across. And guys, this technology is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And people love games of chance. People love the idea. Look, I've even seen it in cryptocurrency. You're making a bet on the currency going up or down. When people do binary options, they're betting in Forex that something's going to happen. People just do this with soccer and they do this with sport. I'm not necessarily one that gets real big in that, but I will say this. I love this concept and this growth and that we could tap into it. Anderson Salgado also owns Lance Serto Bet. He's a bookmaker. He actually has his own bookmaking site where people in Brazil can go to. They can actually place bets and do these things. And he has a big contract partner who is the largest soccer betting company in the world. If you've seen the promotional video for Lance Green, the little one that's in Portuguese with the what do they call it? Subtitles in English, it mentions the name of that company and it tells you how that all works. So they're very into this, right? They even have a cryptocurrency coin called Lance Coin. I'm not going to get into this right now because they're not promoting this right now. As a matter of fact, they just went out and rebought the coins for the future to do things with. So just know this token is listed on the Emirates exchange in Dubai, but it is not something I'm recommending that people go get involved in. It is not a part of this program right now, but it is for their plans for the future. And that's something to keep an eye on. They also have wallets. They're getting in the banking business. We utilize our own wallets out of the US here called CoinZoom. I'm a fan of that specific exchange because we know the owners. We have some great ins with them. And it's a fully regulated, sustainable type model here in the US that I really like. And we are working to integrate an account corporately with Lance Green with CoinZoom, which would be pretty cool. So how does it work and how does the actual 1% pay? Well, if you had the ability to flip a coin and get it right every single time, would you use that ninja skill to your benefit? I'm just telling you, if you could, you would. And the exciting part is that's exactly what they've designed here. So here's how it works. And I want you to pay really close attention to this one paragraph. And I want you to just wipe from your mind the word zero risk for a minute, because that is probably the least compliant part of this whole presentation that I've got to go in and fix. But nothing is zero risk in life. There is always risk associated with anything we do. But they've tried to minimize this as much as possible and to make this possible to do. Now, I know that there are some guys on this line that I mentioned their names before. They know exactly what I'm talking about when I read this paragraph. And if anybody wants to give a testimonial at the end, justifying what I'm about to show, it absolutely makes sense what they're doing. Here it is. The method developed by president and trader Anderson Salgado consists of having a software identify games with odds and then making two reverse entries, one at Lacerto Bet and another house of bet. And let's just say you can go see that house of bet on their video, okay? That's the other one. They place two entries with the money that you provide the liquidity for. Regardless of the outcome of the game, the winning entry recovers the loss and still makes a profit, closing the operation positive. In this way, regardless of the outcomes of the games, the operation always comes out positive. So let me break this down in layman's terms and just try to make it really simple. In the game of soccer, there are three possible outcomes. There's a win, a lose, and a draw. But you don't have to necessarily bet those. You can bet on the number of goals that are going to be scored by both teams on the field. If you can identify a specific pattern where the software does this, and it has a specific game with one of those odds being where if you put an over bet, you'll get one result, and an under bet, and you'll get another result, you could actually break even on those bets. And if you happen to have a contract like Anderson Salgado does with his house of bet platform that provides him a rebate for every dollar he puts on that platform, you can see pretty quickly that if he's making more than 1%, he could pay that every single day, right? And if he's providing that on a Monday when he's not paying us and the company's profitable another day, that could also play into this pretty interesting model. So once again, I'm not going to get into all the specifics. Just know it's sustainable and it works. And that contract works because the process works. And when I saw it, I was so excited for this opportunity because this is a global opportunity we can take around the world. Anybody with $50 that is a soccer fan could turn $50 into $100 through this 2X model. Anyone that wants to put 100 and turn it into 200 and buy a uniform for their kid or attend a local soccer game, you could do it now because you could afford it with this amazing opportunity. You could do this in any of the leagues, anywhere around the world, in any country, and it's open today. Lance Green is open for business. They are providing these liquidity packs right now. Now, one of the things that we are pondering on right now and in a future presentation, you may not see this bottom row right here. And again, I'm disclosing everything because we're in the pre-launch of this, okay? We do not want people thinking, I got to join for 10 grand, $25,000, $50,000. That's not what we're talking about here. I'm just showing you what is possible. I'm recommending the top row here. And the idea is get in where you fit in. If it's $50, turn it into 100. If it's $100, turn it into 200. The most responsible way to do this would say you can come in for 100 or 500, and that's where you start. And then you take your choice of where you want to take this program. But guys, again, I'm not looking to load you up with a bunch of decisions here. The simplicity is kick the tires. That's what I did. When I heard about this around Christmas time and I got the first link, I bought a couple $100 packs. I bought a $100 pack or a $500 pack, and I actually did buy a $1,000 pack. I think that was the highest I dared go because I wanted to see it work. I wanted to see that $1 coming in, that $5 coming in, that $10 a day paying for my Starbucks habit or whatever it might be. It now works. It was proven after a little bit of time, and I could see that coming in and I could withdraw. I gained confidence, and then I went and met with the owners, and that's where we are today. Guys, once again, the liquidity package allows you to buy the pack, provide liquidity. You get a 1% reward until you hit 200% or 2x on your package. All commissions, including your 10% or your 8%, go into this 2 times. So if you're out promoting this and you're making 10% spiffs, it's going to speed up your 2x model to where you're going to need to reload your pack even faster. And that's why there's no subscription. That's why there's no ongoing expense. That's why there's no ongoing cost or any other costs involved. About the only thing you're going to need to do is pick your pack. And if you want to build, you're going to put in 2 little $25 placeholders, one on the left team, one on the right team, so that you stay binary qualified. You can learn all about that in our training and on our link tree and other things. So guys, let me just share with you the program, the affiliates. I mentioned this before, 10%. If you go and share this with someone that buys a package, you make 10% of the value of their package, and that is an instant pay in your back office that you can withdraw. Also, there's an 8% team building bonus for building your weak leg at 8%. It calculates daily and is paid weekly. And guys, I want to clarify for those of you that have been listening into our webinars, today we got clarification from Lance Green. You can withdraw those funds any day of the week, but they're paid from the company on Friday, and it comes in Bitcoin. That is the method for withdrawal right now. And I like that because I'm actually dollar cost averaging in Bitcoin anyway. I want Bitcoin. So I love that I can put my money in USD, get it out in Bitcoin, and you pay a little fee to do it. But I'm super stoked for this program, guys. That is the program. That's all there is to it. It is very simple. It's very straightforward. No need for a 1 hour long meeting. We're in and out in about 15, 20, 30 minutes max. And guys, I love this program. You can come and get a part of it. You can get the link from the person that invited you here. And let's take this to the next level.